I always do like a story time segment where I ask the guests to tell me about their professional journey. But with you, that's kind of like asking, tell me your life story. So instead, I have a two-tiered question for you. One, what are some of the major milestone evolutions you've seen the company make in your lifetime? And then two, what would you say would be the major highlights of your professional growth over the years?
Okay. Let me say, tell me the first question again.
Okay. I had to write this down for myself as well. What are
I
some
know,
of the...
and my dog's chasing deer, so so she's barking.
What are some of the major milestone evolutions you've seen the company make in your lifetime?
Okay. Let's see. I can tell you when we started. One huge milestone was when I was in a senior in high school. Our class needed money for senior prom, that type of thing. Okay, so they needed, I think, $3,000. So we come back, and I said to my dad, I said, hey, why don't we do some fundraising? And we talked about it and said, hey, yeah, we'll give them, our class will go out and they'll sell to their families and stuff, and we'll give them a percentage of the profits and all that. My dad was already doing some things with, at that time, the little clubs, the Moose Club, the Bears Club, the White Eagles Club. All these had little Christmas parties and stuff. So he was kind of doing that stuff already. So we ended up making about $8,000. We only needed 3 man a day. So what we did was, I had 400 and some people in our class. So back then it paid for their prom tickets. It paid for their yearbook. It paid for the cap and gown. It paid for their rings. Okay. So it was just thing. And then there was still money left over, and we ended up building something outside of the school. I don't even remember, some kind of thing. That was a huge milestone in us growing for fundraising. That was huge.
I actually want to interrupt you real quick. My friend asked me to thank you personally because your fundraising programs have done so much good for animal shelters, and she's so into supporting animal shelters. So she wanted me to thank you for that.
Well, that's again, so much appreciated. That's one thing that we've done, and I'll kind of get to that type of thing later, but that fundraising was a big milestone. We had a milestone was when another candy company, the gentleman, all the candy companies, by the way, back in my dad's day, were all friends. Everybody was friends because there was a lot of candy makers in little towns. Everybody had their own little town, so they were all friends. Well, one of the candy gentlemen passed away, and the daughter came up to us and said, hey, we need help. We have candy in Giant Eagle. We have 3 little locations. And can you help us here? Because I'm not making candy. I told Giant Eagle you'd help us out for the holidays. And my question was, well, how much are they selling? How much do you do there? She says, well, you'll do, in all 3 stores total, you'll do about $40,000. I said, man, that's a big, that's pretty good. Again, my dad, we talked about it. I said, okay, let's go do it. Well, my wife ended up managing at the time. So we took 3 stores. Those 3 stores, instead of doing 40,000 total, they did 150,000.
Wow.
That's when Giant Eagle came back and said, hey, we need to talk. Okay. That was another milestone in putting us in another area where we weren't. Okay, now we're doing, we had our retail store, now we're doing fundraising, now we're doing what we call the wholesale business. So, we had a number of things like that. We went into corporate sales, businesses to buy, we do custom logos, for example.
Right.
Okay, you can put, we say if you can put it on paper, we can put it on chocolate. Okay, you draw it, we can put it on chocolate. So, we do a lot of custom stuff like that on the corporate end, just like TikTok. Mm-hmm. So we do that. That was another milestone in our business as we grew. we grew out of our place as landlocked, so we ended up buying Gardner's Candies in Altoona, PA, Tyrone, PA. That was in 1997. That was another thing because we needed equipment. We needed to produce, and they had the stuff there. Their family didn't want to be a business anymore. So, we did that. And the other milestone is, our family has kidney disease. Okay. I had a kidney, 1997, I had a kidney removed.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I lost one kidney. My dad had a kidney transplant. My dad's sisters all died of kidney disease. So that's in our family. So the other, milestones that we did, we worked with the transplant people at UPMC, and we donated a wing there, which is for the transplant patients. We do, and we have the Sarris Candies library, my Frank Sarris library in Canonsburg. My dad, we believed in helping people. Education was the library. Health was the stuff that we did with UPMC. Dr. Stars on the transplant team. Pitt University transplant that we've done. So, and of course the arts and things like that. So, three things that were important that my dad never had when he was young. Okay. He grew up with nothing. We were fortunate to grow up and have an opportunity as a son to grow up and have that. So, there's a lot of milestones in between those two, but you said major, and I think those are pretty darn major.
I would definitely call those major, and that's actually kind of amazing. I mean, we're in this situation right now where there's so many people that need things, and to just and now kind of everybody's scrambling to try to provide, because it doesn't seem like we're set up to really we weren't set up for this type of a immediate impact. But you guys kind of always had it as like your mission all along. So I just think there's something really noble and authentic about that. So that's really awesome that you did that.
Yep, it's something. Like I said, we don't take compliments. I don't take compliments very well, but that's something that the family has done and always gave back to the community. And other things that were important. People, lifesavers, people that save lives. Okay. And it's funny, is my dad went in because he had dialysis. And he went into the dialysis place and he looked, and the chairs were crummy. Okay. The chairs where the people had to sit for hours a day, and the TVs didn't work and all that. He came out of there after the first time he went in, and he says, go revamp that whole place. I want all new chairs. I want the walls painted. I want all new TVs. If I'm going to sit there, those people are going to sit there. They've got to be comfortable all day. So he did that in that whole unit. That was him. That's the stuff incredible that we did. Yeah. So, it's important. Touching. It's important.
Yeah. No, I love that.